Okay.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Chris. Sorry. Last week, we talking about, okay, I'm going to mute it. Because that way, there we go, muted. Got it. Okay, so we talked about tapping into trainings and making sure that you're connecting to the resources that we have. So one of the things I wanted to check in on is have you guys kind of check yourselves, is that have you listened to at least 3 trainings? So that could be the training call, that could be daily experience trainings or anything that our upline people are doing on their team pages, but just kind of be tapping into those resources that we have. And then another check I wanted you guys to be doing for yourselves is have you sent out at least 10 business messages from the last call until now? And then have you crafted your why? Do you have that written out? And have you kind of dug deeper and made sure that you've got why it is that you're putting yourself through all of this and skipping Game of Thrones right now to be tapping into the business? So those are the 3 things from the last call. And tonight I really just kind of want to touch on 3-way calls. That was something initially when I got started it stressed me out. They made me uncomfortable, and I think that was more because I didn't really understand the purpose of them. And so when you're talking to someone, if they have any sort of interest in the business, we want to get them on a phone call with another person. So the first thing you want to do is utilize either the Redefine blog or those opportunity calls. And if you don't know where to find those, the opportunity calls are on a group called, I think it's just opportunity calls sharing our gift or so. If you're not in the group, let me know and I'll make sure you get added to it. But there's calls for all sorts of different people, and you can get connected with, or you can connect them to something to listen to. So if I have someone say, sure, I'd love to hear more about the business, then I tell them, awesome, I'm going to send you a quick recorded call. I want you to take the time to listen to it and write down your questions, because you will have questions. And then we are going to set up a time to jump on the phone with my friend, whoever it is, usually April, and just get your questions answered and help you see if this would be a good fit for you. And that language I've been a lot more successful with as far as getting or having people respond and say, sure, okay, that sounds good. I also tell them a lot of times, I'm like, the next step is, so that I'm kind of leading them through, they don't really know what the next step would be because they're not part of the business yet, but okay, awesome. It might be a good fit for you. It might not, but the next step is to jump on the phone with my friend and we're just going to talk through it and get your questions answered so you can make a decision. Keep it casual, and I know we've listened to trainings or you've probably heard, don't call it a 3-way. It's weird. And, but just keeping it casual and keeping it real, that you're not going to ambush them, but you truly just want to know if it would be a good fit, because you don't want anyone that you have to drag into the business. And I've told people that before. I'm like, this call is not to try to force you into doing something you don't want to do, because if you aren't interested, I don't want you. Is pretty, so and that's, the true. You can't be dragging someone along that isn't interested in actually doing the business. Let's see. And then the other thing I wanted to touch on is your dream team. So if you don't have a list of people that you would be seriously pissed off if they join someone else's team, or the people who I just heard on a training recently, it was the first couple people you would tell if you were pregnant. So if you haven't, you clearly share big things with those people. If you haven't shared the business with them yet, you need to, because those would be people like, if you're telling them big life news and they went and joined someone else's team, you'd be mad about it. So you want that team of people, and then, or you want that list of people. And then you just have to like pull up your big girl pants and go talk to them if you haven't already. So challenge wise, I want you to try and set up 5 3-way calls between now and when we do our final call, newbie call, and then also create your dream team list if you don't have it already. And a good number to shoot for on that list is maybe 20 is a good place to start, and then you can always be adding to it. But kind of think about those people who you would really, like, you get to pick your team, so who would you want to be working with? And then we'll start chatting with them. Try and get them on a call. And you can always use words like, you know, I've been challenged to do this, or can you help me out because it would be really helpful in my training, and just to have them hear the information so that you can get experience doing those calls, because it's actually, I enjoy doing the 3-way calls now, but I didn't at first. And I know it can feel intimidating. So to rip the Band-Aid off and just tell a couple people like, hey, I really need practice doing this. I know it might not be for you, but can you help me out? And then just talk through and let them know, like, we'll be on the phone for 15 to 20 minutes. When can we do this? And just start banging them out so that it's comfortable, because they are effective for sure. Oh, that's not what I want to do. So those are really the couple things that I wanted to talk with you guys about. Like I said, I wanted to keep this short, but I want to also give you guys opportunities to ask questions if you have questions on those topics or anything else, and just let me know what's on your mind, because it's a good way to communicate. And I'm not even sure who's on the phone. Who is 1425?
I think this is Anne. I'm on the phone.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
It doesn't show up with your phone number or your name. It just says number. So.
Yeah. I guess my one, I don't know, I feel like I've heard other things about this, but I'm just looking for best way to handle people telling me, ooh, this is a lot of money. And like I've used it's 3 months, like I'm still using my reverse, which I started in May, and all of that. And I'm just, when do you go back to them? Like, Kelly, what's your wait time? Maybe that's more my question. Is a lot of people after my launch party asked about it, and then they were like, I asked, should I run some numbers for you, or what are you thinking? And 5 of them were like, yeah, run some numbers. So I ran numbers, and then silence occurred.
Yeah.
And so then I waited till the next morning, being like, good morning. I'm doing this for the day. Kind of like, I've got a lot of time this morning. If you wanted to jump online and purchase your regimen, just let me know. I'm here for you. So yeah, any other advice on that?
On the cost thing, I would there's actually a daily experience training that I'm going to send you about objections, because there's a guy that his name's Jim Larson, but the way he talks about cost and that being one of people's big objections is really good. But the gist of it is basically like, you have to take the focus off the cost and be more like, if they have acne, like, if I could guarantee that we could solve this problem, would it be worth it to you?
Right.
And kind of focus back on the results. And another thing too is we talk a lot about how, like, they are at a higher price point than, say, Target or Walgreens, because they are clinical grade or like pharmaceutical grade products. They are premium skincare products. So it's kind of one of those, you get what you pay for things. But I'll get you Jim's training, because that has got some great language, and I listen to that training all the time, because I just want to memorize, or like, he's my like spirit animal. I need to learn to speak like him.
Yeah. Cool.
And then as far as reaching back, when you were saying like,
Yeah.
let me know,
Right.
instead of let me know, try to take that phrase out of your vocabulary when you are reaching back to people and always end with a question. So like say I'm putting things through, can I give you a call and get you started? Or like just more assume the sale and use a question. I mean, that's not to say that you still won't get crickets, but you're going to more likely at least get a response where they're saying, oh, it's too money, or I'm not ready to do it. You get a reason, and that can kind of give you an idea of when to go back to them.
Cool. Okay. Good. Awesome.
Yeah. And if they were part of your launch party thing, I would honestly and they haven't responded to you again, then I would maybe touch back even one more time, like in this week, just to see. And then if you still get crickets, then give them a little space so that they don't get overwhelmed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay. Awesome.
What else, ladies? Anything?
Yeah.
No, feeling good. You're just like, I just really want to go watch Game of Thrones. So bad. Like, so bad. That's so funny. I feel bad. I had no idea. I'm not a Game of Thrones girl. I am clueless.
Well, if you watched like any episodes, you totally would be, but you have to watch it from the beginning. You couldn't like tune in tonight. You would be so confused. You have to watch.
Right.
And we're on like season 7, so it's that's good.
No, isn't it like medieval magic stuff? Like I just don't see that being my thing.
No, it'd be your thing. It's cool. It's not. I can't explain what it is.
It's like the storylines are cool. It is.
Died and a night walk. It's just intense. It sounds weird, but it's really good.
Okay.
So we got.
Well, maybe someday. Maybe someday. That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Does anybody else have questions before we let you roll? Now, feeling good?
Just to clarify, because I know there was a ton of flash sales going on, and I kind of messaged you about it.
Yep.
The Terrence flash sale can only be for new PCs, correct?
I think so. I haven't really looked into a whole lot of them just because I'm not planning to, because we did a flash sale last month, like I don't want to overwhelm my network, but I think that's what the case is. I can double check.
And I just can't find any information. I guess I'm not on Taryn's page. I requested.
I don't think I'm actually on her team page either, but we work together a lot. So I'll shoot her a message after we get off of this, and then I can.
Yeah, I just can't find where like the rules are anywhere, and I know there's so much confusion with it because there's so many going on. So yeah. And I think the reason there's so many going on is because they want to break it down so that we don't have so many people in one flash sale. So like Nikki's directs are doing hers, Sarah's directs are doing hers, and Taryn is close to us. So the rest of us are kind of teaming up with the one that Taryn's putting together so that we can the attendance small, so that when you have the guests on it, they actually get a chance to get a deal, because otherwise it's just so nuts and then nobody gets anything, and then you're just taking money out of your pocket trying to honor the deals that they wanted. You want the sales. So yeah, and my guess is that it's probably new PCs, just because that's what the focus usually is, so that they can. So you're not taking away from auto ships from the next month, but I will double check for you. Sounds good.
Yeah. Cool. Feeling good? Awesome. All right. Working on 3-way calls. I will, actually most evenings I'm free. So let's just be real. The kids go to bed by like 7:30, but I could do pretty much anything after like 5:30 in the evenings, because then Tyler's home, so I can be flexible. So if you guys find something going on, and if you're home during the day, then usually the like 1:30 to 3:00 ish, I can usually get in on a call too, because I make the boys lay down. So yeah.
Good deal.
Do it.
Fabulous.
Whoop, whoop.
Okay. I will put this link up for anybody else, and you guys go enjoy that finale.
Yeah, woohoo.
Enjoy it, Kristen. Woo-hoo.
You too. We'll have to compare notes later.
Kelly, we have a new TV show to watch now.
Right? I don't know if I'm ready.
What network is that?
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Good night, ladies.